I see you still got the gloves on. So have you
Put them back on. Let me take them off real quick.
Okay. I was wondering. I didn't know if you still had them, like you had a chance to not really.
I'll be out of this gear before you know it.
So it's been a little bit since the fights happened, but you look back on that fight. How happy are you with your performance out there?
Like I told them in there, it was a subpar performance. I know I got the job done, and I would have liked to get it done in a more spectacular way. In the past about year, we've been kind of doing a lot to improve my skill set overall as a mixed martial artist. I've always had the wrestling. I got power in my hands, and we've worked a lot on striking with my coach, Tomas, and my boy, Mowgli Benitez. We've been working a lot on my striking and then transitioning to my takedowns. And I felt, it's weird because I felt better than I've ever felt leading into a fight. And I, obviously, I want to put this out there. I've had weight troubles, and people think that I should be at a lighter weight. But whenever Antonio Arroyo accepted the fight, he asked for the catch weight. I didn't ask for catch weight. And as a wrestler who's been wrestling for 27 years, I've never in my life had somebody tell me you get a 10-pound weight allowance 4 weeks in advance. So what kind of guy would I be to pass that up, you know what I'm saying? People could talk what they want, but I think 99% of fighters would have done the same thing. But you go ahead, sir.
Well, no, I was just going to say, like, your takedowns look almost easy out there, and especially as the fight went on, it got easier and easier. But what are you kind of disappointed? Was it the striking leading into it?
What I was saying is, like, as good as I felt leading up to the fight with my conditioning and my nutrition and training and being professional, I still felt flat out there. I still felt like I lacked something, and I'm not quite sure what it was yet. And I'll have to go back and look at it. And I'm gonna need a lot more skills to be able to break the top 15 in this weight in this division. And I'll get there, and I'll keep working, and I'll keep getting better. And I feel like even though I've had 2 setbacks, I think that fight showed a lot of new maturity and shows what I'm capable of, pushing the pace and winning a grueling fight. I've lacked that in my last couple performances. So I'm just gonna keep working, man.
I'm sure the UFC was happy that you decided to go up and take the catch weight and you were able to fluctuate around. But what is the ideal division that you want to live in?
Middleweight. Dude, when I was 15, I wrestled 171 pounds. That was my sophomore year of high school. I've never seen that number since. That's over 15 years ago. During DC's camp, and people are probably gonna make fun of me, and I'll even show you pictures because I don't look terrible, but I was pushing 225, 228. There was like days in his camp that I was like we were like 10 pounds away from each other. But I'm just big. I'm thick. I've got a BMI scan multiple times, and I have thicker, denser bones than the majority of people. And of course, I could lose some fat. But at what risk? At what will that benefit me when I'm dying and being miserable and taken away from my explosion and my power and my strength to cut down to 170? I mean, you got to weigh the benefactors of what is going to help me in the long run. And I've talked to a lot of world-class coaches. I've talked to a lot of people about this decision. And I've had 9 out of 10 world-class coaches that if I don't want to say their names, but if you guys knew who I talked to, you guys would obviously respect their decision. But they said going to 170 would be the worst decision of your life. Improve your skill set. I'm kind of I talked to my manager, Bob Cook, about it, and I'm kind of an in-betweener, 176 would be maybe a different story, but 170, man, I just am not quite sure if that is what I need to do. And people are so obsessed with my height. You're 5'6", you're 5'5", you're fat, you're a midget. Like, bro, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to be inappropriate, but I worked my ass off my whole life for a bunch of fucking clowns to talk however they want about me. I don't want to hear no more, man.
Well, I think speaking about the height, it's kind of surprising because when at first people look at the weigh-ins, they're like, wow, look at the size difference. But when you see the fight actually take place, it's kind of you pushing forward the whole time.
Yeah, what's up, bro? I try to tell, stop talking about me, man. Stop being so obsessed with my size. I had so many people message me like, oh, you're going to get crushed. You're getting up such a size disadvantage. My whole life, my whole wrestling career, I give up size disadvantage of bigger guys. I've been big my whole life. I've smashed 100 6'3" dudes. I wasn't scared of him. You think I'm scared when a big dude comes up and tries to intimidate me? I'm not scared of that. My grandpa, my late grandpa, used to always tell me the bigger they are, the harder they fall. And I've lived by that my whole life. And I got a chip on my shoulder. And if you don't like me for it, I quite frankly don't care. And this past year, a lot has come to light, and I've got to see the people who truly care about me and my career and who I am and what I want to be. Everybody else, like I said earlier, can suck my dick. All right.
Well, it looks like, but in the second round, it looks like you started taking over. You started having your way. You started getting the takedowns. Did you initially go into it thinking that, all right, we just got to weather the storm of that first round, he's going to tire out? And could you immediately start telling in the second round that he was gassing out? Because it looked like he didn't even want to get off the stool going into the third round. Did you notice that?
Yeah, as a wrestler, we're born and bred to break people and read. And I've been reading people's body languages my entire life. It's a second nature. A lot of people are like, bro, I wrestled since I was 4 years old, bro. And that's another thing I tell people. I've cut weight since I was 8 years old. I'm not joking, 8 years old. And so I can tell when a guy is physically and mentally broken, and I could tell even in our first grappling exchange how he reacted, how he breathed, how he said something to his corner. He was speaking in Portuguese, but I don't know what he said, but I could tell that he was like, oh shit, because even though I'm short and stuff, I'm strong, I'm powerful, I know how to maneuver my body. Grappling is my second nature. I can grapple in my sleep. I haven't been able to show it completely yet, still not. But I grapple. I grapple my whole life. I can feel when a guy's body's weathered. I train at the one of the best gyms of all time, American Kickboxing Academy, which is what do you call it when it's like gosh damn it, like when it's American Kickboxing Academy, but we're all wrestlers. You know what I mean?
All right. Well, then finally,
conundrum.
Going into 21, I know you want to go back and probably go into the woodshed and work on a few things, but looking at 2021, how many times are you trying to get a fight, and who's on your list? Who are some of these names that excite you that you want to test your skills with?
Honestly, man, I want to fight 3 times. I've never fought 3 times in a year. I've been fighting for like 3 years, a little over 3 years. I think I made my debut like late 2017 or something like that. I didn't fight amateur. So I want to get back, and I'm not calling nobody out, bro. I'm coming off a 2-fight losing skid, and I won 1 fight. I have no right, or it would be corny if I started calling people out. So I'm gonna fight whoever they put in front of me, and I've never said no to nobody. I've never said no to anybody in my fight career. Even guys, like I tell DC and stuff, like they'll offer a name, and I'm like, yeah, let's go, let's fight them, because I'm not scared of these dudes. And they'll actually, my management self will be like, whoa, like, no doubt. I'm getting a little too big for my britches, So I don't know, and we'll go back and we'll talk about it, and we'll see who I want to fight. I was originally supposed to fight that Braga Neto guy. He's a jiu-jitsu guy, which probably would have been a completely different fight for me. It's my first fight I went into with an actual game plan and what I wanted to do. So who knows, man? It'll come, and we'll take it, and I'll keep moving forward. Hopefully, I get a new contract after this. That was my fourth fight, so hoping to sign a nice little contract.
I hope so. Congrats on the win.
Thanks, man.
On the broadcast, DC talked about one more. Oh. Over here.
My bad.
No worries. On the broadcast, DC talked about the friendship and training with you. What has it been like having access to DC, given what he's been able to accomplish in his career? What have been some of the most valuable things you've been able to take from that?
I want to approach this answer in the correct way.
Just give it to us the way you want to give it.
Because obviously in this world, in this media, in this day, people can take anything you say and twist it, okay? That's my brother. Before anything, before this fighting shit, before anything, that's my brother. We've been there for each other in our hardest times. So it's been incredible to see what he's able to accomplish and how he does it, and how similar we are before we even really knew each other. And then we get around each other, and people hate it because we're so alike, and we feed off each other and stuff like that. I know it annoys a lot of people, and that's okay. And I gotta try to follow in his footsteps, and not to, kind of downplay how blessed I am. It's also a curse. I got a lot of weight on my shoulders to fulfill a guy like that, one of the greatest we've ever seen. And obviously he's transitioned so well into a company man, and he's so good at broadcasting and stuff like that. And obviously I want to follow, but I'm not him. Don't compare me to him in senses that maybe I'm not able to fulfill. I would like to think I'm unique in other ways. We are similar a lot, but it's been incredible to be able to have a man like that in my life, to see a guy who has accomplished virtually the epitome of both sports that I've lived. My dream. I've already lived one of my dreams when I was 4. Or since I started wrestling when I was 4, I got to live my Olympic dream. I didn't make the Olympic team, but I sure did come close. And I traveled the world, and these are the things that he did. And then he convinced me to fight. And I'm blessed to have this dude on my back. And some people might say, "Oh, you're lucky," or you're blah blah blah. But it's also, man, it's a lot. It's a lot of pressure and stress to try to fill a guy like that's shoes. So I love him. That's my bro, man, till the death. Like he's probably gonna be in my wedding. So before any of this fighting shit, that's my brother. So I'm tired of people talking about us fighting and what is DC this, DC that. Like, nah, that's my bro, man. We talk on the phone every day, like 5 times a day. Like, that's my boy. So I'm happy, and I love him, and I love his family, and he loves me and he loves my family. So we're so much more than this UFC shit. It's so much more than that. Thanks, guys.